All right, so breaking news. I am in my hotel room. Pre-Burrell Resort. UFC 296 is this Saturday, but today we hit a bombshell. Breaking news. Ian Garry is out of UFC 296. He's off the card, and this was one of the most anticipated fights on the card. What happened? What is going on? And how does the card now shuffle around? The breakdown. Let's go. So shout out Uncle Chael, and shout out, by the way, Jesse on Fire. MMA YouTube channel apparently was one of the first guys with this. Ian Garry is out of UFC 296 with an apparent flu, pneumonia-like symptoms. Apparently his child, according to some of the sources here, and Chael being one of them, is potentially showing the same symptoms.
Ian Garry is out. Where should we begin? I suppose this is the part where we all begin weighing in and say, like, you know, I told you so, and I knew he wouldn't show. I must tell you, it does appear to be very legitimate. He was at a hospital himself. He was not feeling well. And he has taken his child to the hospital right now, the ER. The child has the same symptoms that he had. That is the way that this is being told.
Obviously, get well soon to Ian Garry. A lot of people thinking that somehow the wife poisoned him on purpose to get him to pull out of the fight. Or I saw someone say that she didn't sign his permission slip to go to the fights. All joking aside, this is a major blow to the card. Like, it is huge. That fight was such a major opportunity for Ian Garry. It was a major opportunity for Vicente Luque. Like, that spotlight is massive on a main card under a Colby Covington-Leon Edwards fight. And not only that, you talk about the weight of the pressure for Ian Garry. The entire MMA community, what seemed like, piling on and basically saying, dude, you are becoming public enemy number one through the backlash on the wife and the ex-husband and the potential cuckery that's going on. But this is 100% now confirmed. Dana White even addressed it on Twitter. Short video said, yeah, it's off.
All right, guys, I know it's out there. There's some speculation that Ian Garry and Luque is off. It is true. It is. Ian Garry started with the flu that turned into pneumonia. So that fight is off and is not happening. It is true.
That means that now we have to reshuffle the card. What happens to Vicente Luque? Are they going to try to rebook him? Apparently, Belal Muhammad was weighing in for the main event to potentially be a replacement there. He's still going to be in that backup slot. Already done that fight twice. It's 1-1. I don't know that Belal is going to just be like, yeah, let me take that fight. You have Wonder Boy on the card, and if you really wanted to shuffle things around, you would just screw Belal again and give him Shavkat Rakhmonov and give Wonder Boy to Luque. But the problem there is Wonder Boy's already beat him. So again, doesn't make a lot of sense. What's probably going to end up happening, again, according to Uncle Chael, probably they're going to move up Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell, which is a fucking fantastic fight in its own right. That one's probably getting moved up, and they'll probably have to rebook Ian Garry and Vicente Luque, give Luque a check for his show money, I guess. I don't really know how the UFC is going to deal with that. It's just an unfortunate situation, man, because when you start talking about these things and pullouts of fights, immediately the attention of especially the MMA community goes to, oh, he wasn't going to make the walk anyway. It was already starting to happen. Is he didn't show up to media day today, and the rumors were starting to circulate that, oh, he's not able to handle it mentally. Ian Garry's brain is at home with his wife and her ex-husband not in the fight. And all that pressure was definitely weighing on Ian Garry. I'm not a doctor by any means, but I do know that stress does create sickness in some ways. Like, the more stressed out you are, the more your body responds to that stress. And again, this is like some country bullshit, but I've heard of people getting so stressed out and having so much on their mind or so much they're dealing with that they make themselves sick, because it's probably just a coincidence that this happened while it happened. But man, it's hard not to believe that stress-induced sickness is not at play here in some way. Like, how could that not be affecting him? And obviously, when you start to talk about having the child involved and they're at the hospital and they're at the ER, it doesn't make for a scene to be attacking Ian Garry over. Like, I hope that's not what people are doing right now. It's an unfortunate thing. It's obviously not under his control. If he's got freaking pneumonia and the family is starting to get it as well, that takes number one precedent. But all in all, the news is the news. Ian Garry versus Vicente Luque is off UFC 296. Ian Garry apparently has some sort of pneumonia. Get well soon to him, but does Vicente Luque get shuffled around on this card? What happens next? I don't have those answers, but I guess we'll find out.